G'day viewers, I got a care package recently from a YouTube user, Tradie Trev. Big thank you to Trevor for donating these. I got an email Mark 1. Here's a 1960, you can see the year there. Although, some, this is a 60 amp, so this means it's from the late 50s. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think 1952 onwards they bumped these up to 60 amps, so it's a good indication this is from the 50s onwards. So 60s, possibly from the 1960s, but not all, particularly with the cadets unit to start it up again, particularly with the Mark 1s, some of them had 3.5 for the first two digits. So they're a little bit harder to date, but generally if they're 60 amp, they're from the 50s. So this is 80 amps, that one is from the 70s, so 76 in this one. That one's better, easier to date. That's a 40 amp. This is probably from the late, maybe 1949 at the earliest, 1950 that one, judging by the current rating. That would have it earlier, so 5 to 20 amps, so 1946, 47 anyway. This one here, probably from 1955, between 1955 and 1960. I'll show you the variants of these meters before I go into any more details on this. Got to cut that bolt out. Luckily it hasn't damaged the meter. It's a slight variation in the design of these evolved. As you can see, the font type is slightly different. This font type was common in the 50s. I'll try and include a photo of the BAZ that phase in after these, that come just before these 60 amp meters. They were the first to use this font type. You can see the difference there. Anyway, as you can see, this has got more of a rounded front cover here, and the M2 doesn't. So this is typical of the BAs as they were phasing in the M1s. So this is an MK watt-hour meter. So this is these M1s came in straight after the BAZs. So they still kept that rounded texture to the front cover. Then when they had the Mark 2s come in, they changed the bloody front case. I keep calling it a terminal cover. So yeah, that's one of the when they changed it. As you can see there, they've got the sharp bend in the edge of the fascia. And speaking of terminal covers, this one is in pretty good nick. They didn't cut the cable parts out like this one here, and the on this one. This one is all intact. Let's put that one out of there. Tamper seals are in original. Yep, they're definitely the original ones. Bit hard to read. C, and it's got MB on that side. It's got C there. Then I think it's IP. A different coating on the tamper seals, but they're definitely the original ones. So this has never been opened up. It's got, let's see, it's got 12,000 and 23.7 kilowatt hours on it. Unlike this one here, there's no corrosion in there. It's nice and shiny. Nice shiny in there, no, not one bit of corrosion. Yeah, I'll read the rest of the specs out. 10 to 60 amps, as I said before, single phase, 400 volts per kilowatt hour, 240 volt, 2 wire, 50 cycles. This needed change in the hertz. So, also with the earlier M1s, the email logo was a bit more bolder, and it wasn't as detailed as that. It was like it was hand painted on. So they were, those ones there were the very first of the M1s, which are pretty much identical to this one. Except some had metal dial pointers. This has plastic dial pointers, which are slightly shorter than those. Alright, let's give it a clean up and remove this damn bolt somehow without damaging the Bakelite. Give this thing a bit of a clean and test. Typical of a 60 amp meter, nice big beefy copper incoming wire. So active in, that's a black, not a red. Strange. Depending on the circuit, I suppose. Anyway, still should be red for active at that era. I also noticed this terminal screw is broken, but that other lattice and Gaia E350 smart meter I destroyed. I've still got some spare screws left over, so I've got a replacement for that. So all is good. Viewers, I was able to safely move that old bolt and replace the broken terminal screw. Oh, let's give this thing a bit of a cosmetic clean up and see how it looks. Okay viewers, so this thing cleaned up quite well, nice and shiny, looks brand new. I also got some RCDs chucked in as well. Here's a Merlin Guerin and a Lanson. I've also got to be powered up to test, so I'm going to get myself some DIN rail and set up a little switchboard. I can use these. That's a 10 amp breaker as well. This one's also a 20 amp breaker. I also got some other stuff chucked in. Some terminal strip. That's all copper, that, so that could be quite useful. I could use that. Heap of rolls of tape and some little clips. Or I think there's a fuse. These covered went over fuses, fuse covers. Clips or number 90B. Got some earth tape, some white, some red, some black, some more earth tape. Ooh, the heat's got into that one. Looks sticky. Yeah, get some Lanson tape. Cool. I'll never run short of tape now. Thanks again for that, Trev. Appreciate it. Alright viewers, I won't do a test of this just yet, so I also regarding the packaging that was sitting on top. I'm assuming that's the latest newspaper when it was posted at the time. So that was sitting in Friday, November 30th, 2012. Okay, it's a bit old, but it protected the bloody package quite well. And he also used this shredded paper as packing material. It's very, very, very effective. So this thing was relatively did not move. It was packed quite well. So I'm really impressed with the packing. Alright viewers, next video I'll do hook this thing up and we'll do an accuracy test. So for now, thanks for watching.